Yeah, pardon me.
There we,
I'm navigating a parking lot.
there we go. No, we're live now. Everyone can
All
see us
right.
and hear us. How everyone doing? Let a couple people come in. This is completely random, raw, and unscripted. It's the best words I could think of. Short notice. Um, we already got MattClausen in the building, so appreciate that. And Matt just joined my channel. Thank you for that, Matt. Really do appreciate that. And with that being said, shout out to the rest of the channel members. The most recent one outside of Matt himself just now would be Mr. John. So I appreciate you as well too, John. And of course, right now, as you can see, I'm actually on live for the first time with Chad, Mr. Chad's Money Minutes himself, who is also a channel member. And like I said, we got nothing to talk about except for whatever we come up with. So this is going to be slightly fun because I have had a work day. I just wanted my work day to be over with. And so here we are, work day over with. And I wanted to, talk to the community, have some fun. So Chad, you got anything? What's going on in your world today?
Well, I had a full day of work, and I'm just pulling up to the gym, and I'm gonna go in. I just wanted to, come on and say what's up to the family for a few minutes before I head in and try to work off this dad bod. So, but that's about it, man. I'm telling you, a lot of the fun lives happen when you literally have nothing. You know what I mean? People tend to ask the best questions, and things just tend to just. I like the unscripted, the organic lives, because some of the scripted ones they kind of chafe me a little bit.
Yeah, not everything needs to be planned. Now, I am a very methodical person. I like to plan a lot of things, but the spontaneity is also a good relief just to see what happens, ride the wave.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, we don't have any questions yet, but let's see. We got a couple of people in here already. Oh, I
Because I'm
can't
on the
see who's
street.
in here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't see it either.
Yeah. I can't see who's in here because we're using StreamYard. But with StreamYard, we're allowed to have multiple people in here versus just using the YouTube website by itself. So I'm actually kind of liking StreamYard. I've been testing
Awesome.
it out. I used it, of course, last week with the Amazing Race interview that I did. That was the first time I really used it. It worked out well. It's just a lot to deal with between the camera and the screen and all the stuff that goes on. But once you get used to it, it's pretty beneficial, pretty simple to use. It's
I
just
like
takes
to
some time
use it.
getting used to.
I normally use it at home. This is my first time ever using it on my phone, so I normally just use it at the house. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's pretty good. You're coming through clear. I'm looking pretty clear. You can see all my grays, and we are good to go. Just give me 1 second.
sure, go for it. Yeah, people are still falling in. We're up to 11 people now. With that said,
Hey,
coming in at 11, make sure to please hit that like button. Also hit your subscribe button as well. I am closing in on my next subscriber goal. I'm less than 250 away from 2,000, and
fine.
it's slowly climbing. So appreciate everyone that has subscribed so far. And if you have not subscribed so far, if this is not your first time here, then please do so. Let me earn that from you. Other than that, let's see. Matt just dropped it. How's it going today? Well, Matt, today's pretty good. It's just a busy work day. I normally go live on Thursdays when I do my lives right now in the afternoons. Uh, but I also recorded a video today at the same time. And so I already had equipment up. I already felt in front of the camera.
Mhm.
And I didn't have any topics for live today. And so I put out in the Discord earlier, it's just like, I don't know if I should go live today. Should I not? And actually, it was Chad that was like, yeah, man, just do it. I'll hop on if you do it. And so here we are. I was like, give me 45 minutes. Let me walk the dog and I'll be right back.
That's it. I too have had a full day, and I know I can't stay long, so I actually wanted to add something. I
Yeah,
just
go
want
for
to
it.
everybody coming in. Uh, my channel is a little unique, as you know, I do cover credit card and finance, but I'm really starting to get more into the nuance of YouTube and the community building aspect. And with that being said, I normally go live on Fridays doing my creator spotlights, and I choose smaller creators who tend to get drowned out by, the larger voices here, because they have a lot to offer. And I just want to let everybody know I had the honor of doing Lonnie as one of my creator spotlights. And I have to tell you that since I've discovered him, since he has started, since the spotlight, there has been absolutely no dip, no deficiency, and just no faltering in the content, the quality of content, and the continuity of content that he has offered. So if you are in here and you have not hit that subscribe button yet, if you have not dropped something on the super chat, this is the same guy who actually ran a charity donation for his super chats for an entire month. Just to let you know, I meticulously keep record of pretty much everyone who I feel is of note in the space, and Lonnie is definitely one of those people. Just wanted to throw it out there and give you my absolute gratitude for allowing me, to be featured on your space.
Dude, I don't even know how to respond to that. I honestly don't. I am officially humbled and silented at the moment. So I 100% appreciate that, Chad. And at the same time, I got to throw it back at you because I respect Chad, not just because he reaches out and provides a platform or space or uses his platform for, smaller creators or micro creators, the sub 500s or the new creators at that. But at the same time, Chad is one of those read between the lines type of people where when he speaks, listen, especially if you're one of those smaller creators or just getting started. Chad has inadvertently dropped so many gems, either in live or in any of his videos, where I'm like, that makes a good point. And sure enough, it works. Like I may implement it into the next video or try it out myself. One of them is just randomly going live, which I also learned from Chad. He's already walked that path. So just learn from those that have already been there. So I dropped out, but Chad, also, I got to throw it right back at you. Thank you. Let's see if I got any other questions in here. Oh, he's back. Let me bring him back.
Sorry about that. I caught a phone call and I tried to get rid of it. Then I lost sound. I refreshed it. It kicked me out, brought me back in. I didn't want you to think I just scooted on you. I'm sorry about that.
Well, you said you might have to go. And I need to get rid of my dad bod too. The man, that thing sets in fast after a kid is born. Anyway. Yeah, I don't. My genes don't recognize me sometimes.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Matt dropped another question in here. I'm sure everyone is scrambling to find the 175K American Express Platinum. I'm not, but actually, Matt, you want to jump in? You want to come join us? Come join us, Matt. Actually, I want to send you a link, Matt. Yeah, Matt, we are going fully unscripted today. So, Matt, I am dropping this into your Discord DM right now. If you're free and available and your face is pretty, which I know it is, come join.
I'm going to get up here and start walking towards the front door.
Sure. Sharwan J is in the building. What's going on, Sharwan? Other than that, while we might wait for Matt to show up, I actually kind of do have a hot take around that Robinhood Gold. I know I haven't said anything about it publicly today, but the video I recorded today, I did make a small mention of it. It's getting a pretty bipolar response at the moment. Some people are like, hey, this is decent. Some are like, this is trash. I'm not going to say it's good or trash. That's not up for me to say. That's up for you as a card holder to say for yourself, of course. But to see a card that's just flat rate, 3% on everything, I gotta say that's actually pretty good. Even if you only use it for one or two things. Now, would I use it for absolutely everything? No, but like think of like the standard bonus category or the standard earnings category of 3% on travel, 3% on dining. But then you always got that 1% for everything else or 1x for everything else. For a card that just gets 3 on everything. And to be completely honest, this is the reason why I signed up for the Freedom Unlimited last year But the 1.5% on everything offer is because for at least the next 12 months or until I hit that $20,000 cap, spending cap, I get 3% minimum on everything. So it's literally the reason why I signed up for that card. And this doesn't have a promo that's going to end after 12 months or after I hit $20,000 on it. This is
You're
just
you're talking about
available.
the Robinhood Gold?
Yeah, the Robinhood Gold card. Yeah.
Look,
So
I like it. I mean, I think it's worth its weight in gold, pun intended. And honestly, I think a flat rate 3% card, even if, because a lot of people who got into credit after after the pandemic and so on and so forth, they also got into credit because they also got into retail investing because people had to find other ways aside from hitting the clock 8 to 5. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I think it has the potential to reach a lot of people. But it looks like Matt just joined.
Yep.
Howdy.
What's going on, Matt?
Not much. Like, you guys just finished my work day, dropped a tidbits video for the day, and have another video cooking in the background as we speak.
Yeah, I see him sitting in the lab. I recognize that background.
Yep. Jumped in the bunker today.
Matt, I think it's unfair for you to say you got another video that you're working on because you're the only person I know that would drop 3 in a day. You always got another video you're working on.
Yeah.
So this would be, if anyone saw a couple weeks back, this would be a follow-up where I'm going back into my Wells Fargo rewards and setting up my transfer partners for at least Air France, British Airways, and Aer Lingus Air Club.
Fellas, I'm going to have to leave you guys now, but salute once again. Lonnie, thank you so much for having me. Don't understand how much this means to me. It is an honor to be on your channel. Matt, as always, keep cooking up those tidbits. Keep hitting us with the breaking credit card news that you are now known for. Congratulations on the monetization milestone that you hit.
Thank you.
I wish you unending success. I wish you both unending success. But I'm going to go out here and I'm going to try to rock this dad bod.
Yep. And Chad, next time it won't be unscripted.
All right. That sounds good to me. I'm down for anything. I don't care.
There we go.
I'm for whatever. I want all the smoke. You know what I'm saying? But you guys take it easy, and I'm gonna try to catch the replay.
All right. All right. Yep.
All right, you guys. Take it easy.
Peace. Also, now that you're in here, thanks for being a channel member. Newest channel member, MattClausen in the building. Appreciate that. Really, 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 really do. We also have Michael from Wong Way Travels in here as well today. And another channel member just showed up, the general himself. So what's up, Mr. Sledge? Salute to you. I know you're in the car at the moment. And then, one of the highly respected people around here, Mr. Anthony Ventura, is also here at the moment as well. So what's up, Mr. AV? Jumping back to you real quick, Matt.
Yep.
75K American Express Platinum. What do you got about it?
So it's floating around that via referral, you can get a 175,000 point offer on the American Express Platinum. I'm going to assume the same thing with American Express. Usually it's lifetime language. It's going to be 8,000 spend in 6 months, which is kind of their new standard.
Uh-oh, we lost him. Oh, you're back. I don't have your audio, though. Can't hear you. All right, well, I might finish that. Let me see what else is over here in the chat. Once again, everyone, this is completely raw and unscripted. I am just hopping on live for the sake of my own sanity and entertainment today. So if you got questions, feel free to drop them. I might be able to answer a couple of your questions for you as well. And love seeing me live. I love seeing you in the lives, Mr. Anthony. So I really do appreciate that. Actually, if you want, Anthony, if you're open and available, let me send I'm going to send it to you anyway. No pressure. I'm gonna send it to you.
Sorry about that.
Problem. All right. So send that over to Anthony. We'll see if he shows up or not. Who knows? We can get, I think in this vertical format, we can get like 3 people in here. So we're going to see how many we can get. Anyway, what's your hot take on the Robinhood card? Matt, I know we've talked offline, but now in the public space, what do you got?
Offhand, I think Robinhood Gold is a really nice product. The whole platform. The card itself could be really, really valuable, especially 3% back on everything. And when I watched the presentation, they had this mention that your deposits since all deposits will get a 1% match on Robinhood Gold, it stands to reason that your cash back, when you deposit that into your Robinhood account, should also get a 1% match. So it'd be the 3% plus a little 1% on top of that. So that could be pretty powerful, especially in a world of compounding.
Yeah. That's the way that I look at it. So not just Robinhood Gold as a service itself, but also, like you had said, the compound. And when you actually compound all those benefits that it provides outside of just the card itself, I think it can be incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
And Anthony's recording at the moment.
He's in his car. Yeah, so the way it would work, I would assume, like, you spend on the card, you get your cash back, you put your cash back in your Robinhood account. Your Robinhood Gold account will have 5.25% APY, and your deposits get a 1% match. So if your team all cash back everything, a $300 purchase becomes $9 deposited into your account. It would be like $9 and an extra 1% tacked onto that, and then you'll earn 5% interest on that, 5.25% interest on top of that. So if you are all cash back everything, this becomes like the new standard for you.
Yeah. Now, what's funny is that you had mentioned that, especially the all cash back everything aspect, because I had a conversation with a friend the other day where we were talking about cash back versus travel reward, points versus cash back, that is. And it was saying, 3 points per dollar and 3% back is the exact same thing. I'm like, from a earning standpoint, 100% is, but from a value standpoint, it could be completely different. Yeah. Meaning 3% cash back is finite. If it's 1 cent per point, yes, I'm going to get the exact same. But if I were to transfer those out to a transfer partner, I can get more than the value that I earned back from there as well. And then 3% is a finite number of whatever your spend is versus the points aspect. And then you exacerbate that or use exponential to increase that value when you redeem. So let me explain. So let's just say I get 4 points per dollar. I spend $1, I get 4 points, obviously. Simple math. But those points are now worth, call it 1 cent per point. But I didn't earn them at 1 cent per point. I earned them at 0.25 cents per point each, even though they're valued at 1 cent per point when I actually want to redeem them. So then if I redeem them at like 2 cents per point, I actually got like 5x value back. Quick Lonnie math in my head. But that's why I'm like, this is why I'm on team points. I won't say team travel. I am on team travel, but I prefer travel rewards as points versus cash back. But that doesn't take away from the Robinhood card where 3% cash back, and I do not have a dedicated gas card. Well, I kind of do. My chasing card gets 2 points per dollar at gas stations, actually. But unless I have a promo on one of my cards, United Mileage Plus Explorer card does a promo like 2 or 3 times a year. Mm-hmm. I don't have a Freedom card that currently has that promo. I just got my wife/player 2 to sign up for the Freedom Flex. Well, I had that promo where we are getting 9x on grocery, but then she has gas for a year. And what's the other one? Grocery?
Gas and grocery, yeah.
Yeah, it's 5x gas and grocery for a year. So she has that promo for 10 more months, how much ever. But she drives an electric car. She drives a Tesla. So I'm going to use her card when I can for gas for my car. My car is a gas guzzler. So right out of the gate, Robinhood card, 3% cash back. It already beats almost any other card that's not on promo. So that's where I'm currently sitting on it. So I'm actually intrigued for multiple reasons, but a lot of the ones that you had already mentioned.
Yeah. I'm teetering on the idea of jumping into it, but I can only do so much spend. And if I'm trying to maximize my spend to get points, I can't really justify adding in an all cashback card and a $60 account and everything else. And then I have the whole question of I have the X1 card, the originator of this card.
The OG.
The OG, yeah, because Dave Hansen is a brilliant marketer, and I fell for it.
Hey, you can't deny good marketing. Look at the Disney Corporation. I'm a grown man rocking a Mickey hoodie today. Disney, Walt Elias Disney himself is probably one of the best, greatest marketeers, pun intended, that I think may have walked this earth personally, in my personal opinion. Dude's a genius in that regard. But I'm going to pause with you real quick. Hold that thought, because we have another guest that has just joined in. Let's bring him in as well. And this is another channel member. So really appreciate my channel members showing up today. DariusJamal just jumped in. So what's up, Darius?
Hey, what's up, man?
Not much at all. Like I said, raw and unscripted. I'm just sending out links to folks and seeing if they'll show up. But not to cut you off, Matt. Head back to it. And I'm going to see who else is in here. Throw a couple of comments up who got any questions. But go back to you, Matt.
Yeah. So I'm very intrigued by the Robinhood card, and I'd be only getting the stainless steel one, the gold emblazoned, not the gold. Very interested in it. Just if I'm in point attack, if I'm trying to get points, though, it's not a card that's going to work for me right now. And there's still too many questions for now about what they're going to do with X1.
Yeah. I don't have an X1. I didn't fall to the marketing trap, as you had said. But but I might fall into this one. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people have been talking about the solid gold $1,100 card if you get enough referrals, et cetera. A gimmick is a gimmick, but I'm sorry, but that gimmick is actually pretty dope. That's a pretty dope gimmick. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you, man. I was like, I don't want to get another card, but I mean, I don't want that to be my next card, but I was like, it's pretty cool though.
Yeah. You got any other hot takes on that one? Actually, before I let you answer that, Darius, let's acknowledge John is in the chat today. John is also a channel member. Hey, John, what's up? Mr. CesarJoel, what is going on, sir? As you can see, going back to Chad and giving him respect where respect is due. Not only has Cesar helped me so much with testing out equipment, things like that, I have to use his referral link to get my StreamYard so I can help pay a little bit of it back. But then at the same time, I'm in vertical live right now. That's also advice that comes from Cesar. So please, people, listen to these creators that have already walked in these steps. Trust me, they know what they're talking about, and they're just dropping free information and gems. So Cesar, I appreciate you as well. Thank you so much. Michael's in the building. Let's see. Actually, before I get too far out, because I let a lot of stuff fall in, Xavier ID dropped a $1.99 super chat with the celebration emoji. So appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for being here as well. I'll see if you got another question or anything like that down here. And I'll come back to that in a minute. Actually, we do have a question or a statement. The math sometimes bends my consciousness, but if cashback is used to buy hotel points and then used for outsized value, cashback becomes relevant. I say this in theory as I am a points transfer. Nothing wrong with that. So that is coming from, I'm going to butcher that last name, so I'm just going to call you Steve. But that comes from Steve. And Steve, there's no wrong way. I can't not stress this enough. There's no wrong way to use your points, use your miles, redeem for travel. I am on team go take the trip. Literally, whatever way that you can do that and it makes you happy. So no buyer's remorse at the end of it. Not like, oh, I went and spent 100,000 points and I shouldn't have. If you spend 100,000 points and you're on the vacation and you are happy, that's the best way to do it. It's no different than the money in your bank account or the money in your wallet. I have no right to tell you how to do it or how to use it or what to do with it. I can only give you options of, hey, this might be a good idea. This might be a bad idea. Don't go to Vegas and put your entire life savings on black. It's a good idea. Well, that would be a bad idea, but the advice is a good idea. But as for whatever works for you, works for you. And since I've become a creator, I've realized that the strategy that works for me can't work for a whole lot of other people. But at the same time, they still respect the, like, you know what, the way that you formulate that and put it together, it actually does make a whole lot of sense. So no matter if you're a transfer point percenter or a pointer, there's no wrong way. But this community will happily help you find a alternative way or provide options that could also help you in a different way if you're looking for it. So outside of that, appreciate the comment as well. And thank you for being here. I'm going to pass that to Darius. Darius, you got anything to follow up on that for Steve's comment?
No, actually, I think that's a great idea, especially when you're talking about like IHG and stuff like that. If you're able to use cash back, I mean, in that case, you're better off doing that, getting twice the amount of points than you would transferring out 1-to-1 to IHG, for example. So I think that's absolute smart way to take advantage of, getting hotel points rather than kind of cutting out some of the value from, transferring out, which, like you said, I mean, at the end of the day, creating that experience is ultimately the most important part. But of course, and of course, I even look back like, oh man, like, I wish I would have known something back then, but it doesn't take away from, the trip that I had and stuff like that. But, going forward, like, okay, I know what I did that time. This time, I know I'm going to purchase, I'm going to cash out, buy SG points if need be, and rather than transfer it out and, lose half my value. So I think part of it's just kind of live and learn too,
Yep. I can't have said it better myself. The only like phrase that I could think of as you were mentioning that is that you don't learn anything when things go right, but you learn from all the mistakes. So I think every single one of us could say, hey, we all got to a point of we made a mistake and realized we could have done it better. And then we tell ourselves we're not going to do that again. And we just keep refining and refining and refining. So yeah, totally agree. And then Michael says, what's up to you, Darius?
Hey, what's up, Mike?
Then real quick before we jump back into the conversation, I know I told you to hold on a while ago, Matt, and I have not come back to you yet, but I will, I promise. Chad, who has just hit the gym, also dropped a super chat as well for $9.99. I don't know if he's watching via audio now that he's in the gym, but thank you, Chad. You'll see it on the replay, but I very much appreciate you. So thank you so much for that. Oh, that's sweet. Love you, brother. We got some bromance going on in here, especially with Mr. Cesar. Funny enough, the new school of my son, the teacher is from Colombia. So, puedo practicar español en la casa. Mucho. I got to get better because Cesar is actually inviting me to a Spanish-speaking interview. So I got to make sure I practice more and more and more and more so I can be quicker with it without translating in my head first. Let's see. Do we got any other questions in here? Nope. But Jake is in the building. I'm sure we all know Jake. Jake makes his rounds. I see he comments on so many of my videos, and I see him in other people's comments as well on their videos. So Jake, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, sir. Happy Thursday to you. All right, Matt, back to you.
Yep.
Whatever thought that was that you were holding for the last 5 minutes.
Honestly, going back to the cashback and buying hotel points, if you are an avid Hilton like if you're a Hilton loyalist and you're not willing to buy Hilton points, you can at least run that cashback strategy, because they always run the half cent per point sale that they seemingly always have going on. So if you get $100 cash back and you don't know what to do with them, but you want to buy $100 worth of Hilton points, you can do pretty well. And as long as it hits like their 6,000 minimum, you'll get 12,000 points right there.
That's not bad.
But it's not 6,000 points for $100. It's whatever you have to spend to get to the 6,000, and then you get another 6,000.
So it's it's kind of like the Ink card, where it's kind of like a split sign up bonus.
So right now the Hilton points are on sale for half a cent per point. But to get the half a cent per point, you have to buy 6,000 points minimum.
Not for me, but I'm not everybody. So if it's for you, go for it.
No, I know it's not for you. For you, I have to like dig up United stuff. Anything I can find for United.
Actually, I should be giving you my United stuff. Actually, I had a conversation with Darius yesterday, because he was like, how do you get so many miles from United Shopping Portal? And I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. I don't think I buy at least 8 to 9 of my purchases out of 8 to 9 out of 10, that is, go through a shopping portal, either Chase or United. They're the main two that I use. So I don't use Rakuten or anything like that, but I use Chase and United because I value those miles and those points the most in my personal plan A setup. MR points come in my plan B setup. But yeah, I sit around, I wait for a good deal. We were talking about Lululemon, and I sent him like 2 screenshots. He was like, yo, there's no way. And I'm like, look, Lululemon's 8 points per dollar over here. Like, it's a little easier than you expect. You just got to be patient. But at the same time, going back to Steve's question, it all came from making mistakes and saying, hey, I'm not going to leave that money on the table or anything like that anymore. And like I said, I've been doing this for years upon years. So it just keeps stacking up. And then for y'all that don't know, I know Matt and Darius both know this about me, but United is business airline partner, the preferred airline partner for the company that I work for as well. So not only do I use them personally, I use them professionally when I have to travel for work. So I just continue getting United miles, which is why I value them so much, because I can use those miles even from work for personal. So that's just me in my life, and it just how it happened to work out well that way. Yeah.
You know what's crazy is, because you mentioned the thing to me about Samsung, but like I said, it sucks because I have to do the upgrade through Verizon, and
yeah.
You know what's funny is I just found this out probably super late. But on Verizon, when you have the upgrade offer and they apply that discount they spread it over a 36-month period.
Now it's 36 months. Yep.
Yeah. So, whatever, you get $360 off, that new phone. Now you're going to have $10 off that bill every month. And I realized that. So, and then if you go in there and you want to pay the phone off in full, you won't get that discount applied.
Nope. You lose the remaining balance. You got to keep it for the whole contract.
So apparently I realized, like, if I want to upgrade phones, but still have that discount applied, I would have to, I could put down 99% of payment or whatever. And then now that discount will be applied to my bill. I can clear it out on the app after, I've already purchased the phone from Verizon. And then let's say a year later, I want to get the new phone. I can buy the new phone, like the way you mentioned, like, okay, I'll go buy it through Samsung, go in, get that phone swapped out under my account, and then I'll still have that discount applied every month. So that's the way, like, I know that now. So now I'm going to play that, the next time around. But that's why I was like, I would like to take it. Because I think when I mentioned the first time I wanted it, you sent me over from the Chase portal, you said like, oh, this is how many points you can get. I was like, oh, I'm going to get the phone now. I was like, I got my Ink card in, so I want to get, add that in on my sub. But, I realized, like, oh, if I do that, then I'm not going to get that discount. So I'll have to play it after, the next phone that I get. So if anybody
thought,
doesn't know, just something to keep in mind.
I thought, and I might be wrong here because I haven't purchased a phone, a subsidized phone, or a phone in contract. Even when I used to work for Verizon, I haven't done it in literal decades at this point. I buy all my phones full retail because I swap them out so often. So I don't have to get stuck with like, did I get my full credit or anything like that? Well, like what Darius was just talking about. But I say all that because I thought even if you purchase through Samsung's website, their direct website, you could actually sync in your case, your Verizon account to it and get your upgrade price. Is that not true?
I can sync it and get the upgrade, but I don't know.
Yeah, like when you are purchasing the device, it says like which carrier. I know it says it on the website. It's like, are you like
Yeah.
T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T, or whatnot, or Unlocked? I always pick Unlocked. But if you picked Verizon, would it also say, well, like, oh, you can get this at your Verizon discount, just, sync or sign into your Verizon account? I only say that because on the Google website, if I were buying a new Pixel, you can do that. Because every time I do it, because I use Verizon as a service, I just don't like buying my phone from them. So when I did on the Google website, like when the new Pixel came out, like my Pixel 8 that I have right now, or 8 Pro, I should say, it tried to have me sign into my Verizon account to like sync it with my Verizon account. I don't know if Samsung's website did that or not.
I don't know. But now that you say that, I am going to find out.
Right. Now, the one other thing is I will say, and I know this for a fact because I do buy Samsung devices as well. Usually right after they do their Unpacked event, when they announce a new device, run to the shopping portal during that like pre-order period, that first like week or so, because Samsung usually shoots up to above 10 points per dollar, 10 miles per dollar, whichever shopping portal. I'm only saying United and Chase. I don't really look at Rakuten or American Airlines or anything like that. But that's the perfect time to do it because $1,000 device at least 10 points per dollar. I mean, you can make a good cleanup if you're, once again, I'm buying full retail. So that's why and when I normally do it. Anyway.
Pretty right after their Unpacked event. And
yep.
Also really generous with this, but the trade-in values are like sky high as well.
Oh yeah, because they want your business.
Yep.
It's a business, and their stock price is based on how many units they sell right away. Real quick, I'm going to jump out for a hot second to see if there's any new comments or anything like that. Mike agreed with us that said we make good points from learning from our mistakes, and Steve resonates with. Oh, sorry, Steve, that's the wrong one. Appreciate you addressing my comment. You are very much welcome. But let me go ahead and welcome in Richie, the CEO. I haven't heard from you in a while, Richie, and we need to do something about that. Let me see what he had. Man, why does this cool stuff always happen when I can't watch it? I'll check out the recording. All right, Richie, I appreciate it. But I don't want to hold this other person waiting for too long because we do have Mr. CesarJoel joining us live.
What's going on, Fab?
We are 4 full up
Hey,
right now. I don't know if we can squeeze anyone else in if we wanted to. Cesar, what's going on, sir? How you doing tonight?
Living the dream, brother. Living the dream.
Oh, this is
great,
fun.
man.
We should go literally. We should literally have a raw and unscripted. I might make this a natural thing. This is probably one of the most fun lives. No offense to John Franklin, who I spoke with last week, the winner of the Amazing Race. Super cool dude, super nice guy, and still keeping in touch with him. But this right here, unscripted, is super duper fun. Just everyone that's just showing up, and literally, I'm just in the Discord sending out links and seeing who shows up.
Can confirm.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I saw the invite, and then, well, let me turn on the AC, and Puerto Rico here is kind of hot. Let me jump back in. I plan to do a live like today at 8:30 p.m. Luke's got one at 8 p.m. But live are great. I really enjoy doing live content. I've been doing it since I think I had like only 5 months creating content and love the lives, the community. Well, my community is a little different. It's a Spanish speaking community, but I really enjoy. I think live provides us like content creators closer to the people who actually watch our content, and it's very important to have that connection with the audience. And I'm really happy to see you doing live, Matt here and Dario. Sorry if my English is not the best. Doing this type of content when you're beginning your YouTube careers. I mean, I'm also beginning. Like, I'm 11 months. Yeah, I have been creating content for 11 months, so it's great to see new creators creating live. It's a great tool. I think new creators have to try all the tools, get
Yep.
exposed to every tool available to grow their channels, and you have to try it. And if you have doubts, ask someone. Someone knows more than you and than me, so ask that people. I mean, they're probably going to help you. If you ask, they're probably going to help and guide you through it. I'm always here to help. Like, if anyone has any doubts in the Discord,
I
they
attest
need
to
to
that.
know. Yeah, if you want to test equipment, you need some advice. Like, I'm not funny, cute, or handsome. Mine is pure work and volume. So if I'm able to get close to 4,000 subscribers in 11 months, I'm pretty sure most guys can do it, if they just avoid some simple mistakes. So I'm really happy to be here with you guys.
No, I appreciate that. Actually, not to cut you off, I got two things outside of comments that we want to knock out real quick. I got some people I need to acknowledge in the comments, which I will do in a second. But to also follow up on that, Cesar, you're the most tenured creator on here at the moment. And I say that at the moment, which means there's somebody waiting backstage. Matt, I think you are about 7 or 8 months. I know you started right before I did. Darius, I think you're at about the same amount of time, 7 or 8 months as well.
Yeah.
So with that being said, no matter the amount of tenure here, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for all these individuals. They're all literal masters of their own craft. They bring their own, that have created their own brand and bring their own perspective and taste to their channels. So keep me honest here. So Matt just passed 500. I think you're in the 550 range.
Yep.
When it comes to subscribers. So go subscribe to him. Cesar had just mentioned he recently crossed over the 4,000 mark. I think it's 4,100.
No, 3,900, almost there.
Okay.
Almost there.
So let's get him across that line as well. And then Darius, if I'm not mistaken, you are pushing 700, getting close to your 700 mark at the moment.
Yeah, I think 650 something.
Yeah, something like that. So please go check out all their channels, hit that subscribe button. And as I had mentioned earlier, I am really close. I'm less than 250 away from my crossing the $2,000 mark. I just crossed my 6-month mark last week. So yes, if you've come and see any of these channels, if you've been there more than once and haven't hit the subscribe button, go check out the little white button and give that one a little tappy tap. Oh man, we lost Sledge. Sledge was in the back. I took too long. So he might come back. We'll see. Anyway, we got Richie. Sledge also agrees. He only buys unlocked phones. Nothing wrong with that. That's what I personally like, especially, like I said, I swap my SIM cards out. I travel internationally a lot. And so if I want to use a different phone, like if I'm going out of the country, which I'm about to do in another couple of weeks anyway, I don't have to worry about it being locked to a specific cellular radio. I can just swap it out. So I buy all my phones full retail and unlocked for that particular reason. I've talked about that before. John has mentioned I got 12x through Rakuten, 9,000 MR points on top of the 2x on my Blue Business Plus, I believe, BBP. I'm assuming you're talking about your Samsung phone right there as well, John, because that sounds like a Samsung offer right after an Unpacked event. Filmo's in the house. Welcome, sir. Another Star Wars fan. I can't be mad at Filmo. I'll never be mad at Filmo. And then Steve, is your American Airlines award usage primarily domestic or international? Primarily international. So I don't fly domestically too much. The only time I ever really fly domestically, period, is for family. Like during the holidays, when I go see my brother, the wife wants to take the son home or anything like that. Everything else is basically international. So unless I'm seeing family, we're basically leaving the country unless it's Hawaii. still a 6-hour plus flight or whatnot. But yeah, but I actually use my miles in a different way. I rarely ever use my miles to book a flight with United. I usually primarily use them to book hotels through the United travel portal, because I can fold in the taxes with I can fold in the taxes for the hotel stay. So it's through, I believe, hotels.com. It might be Expedia, so keep me honest here. But anyway, it's just like you get all the same hotels, so I don't have to be stuck with a certain brand. I still get my hotel points when I actually check in and stay, things like that. But because I have so many miles themselves, it's easy for me to use those miles for hotels, so I don't have to come out of pocket for a hotel. And then I'll use my Chase points usually for buying my flights, especially when I'm buying them on United, because once again, when I actually take the flight, because Chase paid for that ticket, I get United miles as if I paid cash for that flight myself. So I just kind of like recycle my Chase points to United miles and then use my United miles for hotels. That's my plan A setup. You know, one day I'll actually explain my plan B setup as well. But I don't want to keep this guy waiting, because he was already waiting once and he left and he came back. But Sledge is in the building. Like
My brother from another mother, Sledge.
we cannot get more unscripted.
Yo. Mr. Do Your Research is in the building.
Mr. Do Your Research is in the building. So
I don't know
hit
if I can see
salute
you again.
and the
I'm still
like button.
driving. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button.
Be safe, please. You don't got to risk your car and
No.
for a
I'm
life.
good. I'm on the street, man. This gonna be slow traffic to the house.
Yeah. Filmo jumps back with saying he's got to start using shopping portals. Shopping portals is money left on the table, y'all. If y'all aren't used, it's literally like 2 extra clicks of your mouse. It's no extra time, and you might be able to 2x, 3x, 4x, 10x, whatever points that you're about to get, or take all other purchases, a 1x category, and then 2x, 3x, 4x, 10x it, whatever they're offering in the shopping portal. It's very dynamic. It changes all the time. But before I buy anything, the first thing I do is check who's offering who's offering whatever. So yes, I can't advocate enough. Use shopping portals. I think I've almost got I've just crossed 90,000 miles in the first 4 months of this year through United Shopping Portal by itself. Not gonna say what I bought, but I bought enough. And I've sent that to Matt, who can verify it, and Darius, who can verify it. I'm not making this up. I've already sent it to him. This is 100% legit. Let's see.
Sledge. Well, what shopping portal are you using, Sledge?
Say it again.
What shopping portal you use more frequently? Rakuten?
Rakuten, of course. I gotta get those MR points.
Yeah, I want to try doing the American. I want to try the American Airlines one. The Lux was talking about it, but yeah, I've also used Rakuten for the most part. I mean, even for eBay, you get at least 1% more, and I buy a lot of stuff on eBay. So
yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I was thinking about that AA. Yeah.
Yeah, even
but
if it's 1%, it's an
AA.
extra one. I use the American Airlines one as well, but it's only because I don't have a lot of American Airlines miles, but I do have some, and those will expire if you don't use them. And so, like at least once a year, I make sure to hop in the American Airlines shopping portal. I'll get something from CVS, literally like a Arizona iced tea for in-store pickup, just to keep it active. I've been holding on to like 15, 20,000 points of American Airlines for years because of Arizona iced teas, who are not a sponsor of this channel or video.
One day.
Maybe. I actually enjoy them, to be completely honest. Let's see. We got another statement in here. I purchased through the S24 Plus during the pre-sale. I didn't get the additional points because the phone was considered on sale.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that, or that had happened. So I apologize if that. I apologize that happened to you. That kind of sucks, to be completely honest. Let's see. Filmo also agrees. This is really fun. I'm not gonna lie. This is really fun. We got 59 people in here. I hope 59 people at least hit the like button so far. Cesar is the only person who is cute and handsome.
Yeah, that guy must be blind. Anthony, yeah, he's blind.
And
Not
Phil
not
agrees.
not funny, not cute, not handsome, man. I'm just a regular Joe, all messed up. Oh my god.
Also, Key is in the building as well. Hold on, let me see how many people can we get in a vertical live stream. Say, so you want to? Can we just keep pushing
Listen,
this
I think you
Somebody
can
gonna get
bring
kicked
10.
out.
I think you can bring 10 people. I think, yeah.
in a vertical? Like these profile
Well,
photos are getting
well,
kind of tiny.
yeah. It's all about the experience. It's all right, but it's fun because anyone can ask anything to any of us. I mean, and we can answer. I mean,
Yep.
vertical live for those new to the YouTube game is good if you go longer. Like if you plan to do over 1 hour, yeah, go vertical. If you're not doing an hour, yeah, horizontal is the way to go. At least in my experience.
Yeah, we're about to push an hour. We're at 51 minutes already. Oh, but yeah, this is good. Let me see. We got any other questions? And like I said, feel free, drop questions in here for anybody that's currently in this live. This is raw and unscripted, so don't wait for us. Y'all are driving this today, so drop us a question. Yeah, Key, that's real. I'll send you the screenshot. I have no problem like verifying my work. Also, she says there's a good group of men in here, but that's why I need to send you this link real quick, Key, because we need a little diversity and inclusion in here. So hold on a second. What else? Michael, American Airlines portal is so slow in getting your points claimed. I can't not agree with that. It does take like a week or so, but I will say United shopping portal before the end of the day. I've had it like I've gotten that email like in an hour, 4 hours or so. Like, hey,
Yeah,
we verified your purchase.
I want to say
Rakuten is slow.
30 to an hour. Yeah.
United's ridiculously fast. Like there's
Rakuten is
times
very
where I've
slow,
like,
but it's worth it. Like Rakuten is slow, but it's worth it because you get MR points. I like MR points.
and then Key just dropped another question. What do you value more, the flight or the hotel when you look at when you book your trips? I'm going to pass this one around. I'm going to start off with Matt to answer this one.
Oh boy. As long as I can book the most legroom, as long as I can get legroom, I haven't been able to do business yet. I've looked at business, but that's why JetBlue was my like preferred airline because I could always get more legroom than everyone else, and then sat in even more space. But I've done cheap hotels, and I'm looking forward to doing more all-inclusives and more expensive hotels as soon as I can.
Cool.
Live a little luxury life a little bit.
Cesar, do you want to take it next?
Yeah, well, hotel, I don't care how I get there. I mean, you can throw me in the bedroom and I'll get there. I flew in the C-130s in the army. There's no nice stuff over there. You just, yeah. So I'll go in the bedroom. Just get me there. But I want the best hotel, the best experience because that's where I'm gonna stay at least 6 days. So yeah, I don't care about the flight. Just get me there.
Darius?
Yeah, for me, I'm kind of with Matt a little bit on this one. For me, I was more of a value traveler. I'd say not until maybe like recently, and I think last week we kind of talked about this. That yeah, I mean right now like business class flights, I've been accruing a lot of points. So yeah, I've been using for business class flights. And as for hotels, I've always been the type where it's like, all right, usually when I stay somewhere, it's like we tap out, we get up, and then we go do stuff, and we come back. Hey, Keith, we come back and we at night crash, get up, gone. So I've never really been the type to care that much about the hotels until recently. I kind of want to have that experience, but normally for me, I care more about the flight. Obviously, leg room for me because I'm 6'2" and I'm mostly legs. So, and like hotels for me now, like I want to have that, inclusive experience, I guess. Even though I tend to try and I like to kind of city hop So for me, it's like, I guess maybe I'll still do a little bit of value, and then okay, I'll hit one spot, stay in a nicer place, and then move on for the other ones.
Mr. General Sledge, how are you going to answer Key's question?
You know what? I think it depends on the situation. If I'm doing something good, nice for myself, then I want to fly nice, and I also want the hotel's always gonna be a given. The hotel's always gonna be number one. But if I'm doing something nice for myself, I gotta include the flight, whether it's a business class flight or whatever. But 100% is always got to be the hotel. I went to the first time I stayed at a Waldorf Astoria. I was like, man, this is really nice. And a Conrad. Then I went to a Ritz-Carlton. It just changed my life. And after that experience, I just can't really go back to, just a regular hotel. So yeah, it's always a hotel.
Key, welcome. I'm going to have you answer your question as well, but let me answer your question first before I pass it to you for the final response to it. But for me, it's a little more convoluted. And the reason why I say that is because I am still transitioning my travel lifestyle into parenthood travel lifestyle. But I'll answer before fatherhood and current and present day fatherhood. So before, I was always about the hotel. Actually, I was always about both. Get me to the closest front of the bus possible, but it was dependent on the length of the flight. So if it was like 4 hours or less, I'm fine like an economy, because as Darius said, I'm not as tall as he is. I'm 5'11", 6 foot when I wake up, 5'11" when I go to sleep. But I could sit in the aisle seat and kick my legs out, so I was okay. But if it was like over 4 hours, 6 hour flight, something like that, no, you got to put me in the front. I need to like stretch my legs out. If I was traveling solo, it's 100% luxury both sides. I don't really, luxury on the flight, and then I would just take a standard room for that. But now in parenthood mode, it's a whole lot different. And the reason why is because of the value of the amount of points that I need to redeem. I'm flying for 3 now. And so if I want to fly in the front, I can't leave the wife and kids sitting in the back. I'm not going to go sit in the back. So it's like, we all got to sit in the front, or we all got to sit in the back. So that kind of changed it, but the hotel has never changed. I love a suite, especially like if I had a 1 bedroom, like a living room, separate bedroom, 100%. But also depends on the destination. So if it were Vegas, I don't care. Give me a studio. But if it were like Bali or South Korea or something like that, then no, give me a suite. And I still stand by that. But now also because we have a toddler, he's 1.5 now, I also still need that suite. I need that separation of room to like, he has to take naps in the afternoon. So he needs a separate space. So we all can't be in the room together watching TV while he's trying to nap. So now it's 100%, I need a suite, the biggest room possible, where he can have that type of separation. So that's how I will answer. I'm still learning and transitioning into this family life travel, but I'm getting the hang of it. And he enjoys it. That's what I really love the most, is that my son absolutely enjoys it. So that's my answer. Okay. What's your answer to your own question now that you're in here? Welcome, by the way.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. What an interesting question. I feel like I'm going to answer it in a weird way, considering it's my own question. Most of my trips are solo, so I want to start by saying that. So the flight is super important to me if it's something nerdy that I'm doing. So if it's like a Fifth Freedom route or like a weird type of flight, like a new aircraft, something like that, then I'm all about the flight. But I'm spending more time probably in the hotel trying to understand like the culture, the community, or wherever I'm at. So if I could only pick one, I'm probably picking the hotel. Sledge is the master of the upgrades, though. I don't really go for upgrades. I just happen to get nice rooms. That's all I'll say.
Ask for the upgrade every time.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm gonna put it to use here soon. Put it to use.
Actually, Sledge, I got an extra tip for you that has recently worked. Is email the hotel from your work account, where of course it doesn't say like at gmail.com. It actually looks more official, more business related. And it recently worked for me. So not only ask for the upgrade early from your work account to make it look even more professional. I know Chad had mentioned before, like he puts doctor on his and he's not a doctor. But I was like, all right, let me see if this will work. And it worked. So I'll take it.
Hey, I want to piggyback off something that you said about the flight. The same thing go for me because even though my kids are older, sometimes we all fly together. So if I'm flying with 5 people, that definitely determines what type of flight I'm paying for. You know, if we going from here to say Ohio, where I'm from, I'm not getting 5 first class seats. You know, we going back in economy or premium economy, or maybe it's Comfort Plus that we upgraded to with points or something. But yeah, that also plays a huge factor.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Whenever we go see family, it is not usually a first class seat unless I was given an upgrade by the airline.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
you
not
know what
spend
though?
those extra
That's
points
another
on that.
thing though. Sometimes when you get to the airport, those first class seats are still available.
Yep.
And you can upgrade to them for like a ridiculous low amount. I was going to Baltimore one time with for work, and I was flying Delta, and at the kiosk, this would put me onto it. At the kiosk, it asked me if I wanted to upgrade to first class. It was $30. It was $30 extra. So from that point, I started asking. When I got there, if I didn't fly, and sometimes it works out. You paying $25 to $50 to upgrade to first class when you might have spent $100 and something for that ticket, and a first class ticket is $1,000. So I always ask.
Yep. Also, piggybacking off your piggyback, status matters. So as he mentioned, yeah, there's always like, at least if it's not premium economy seat, maybe a first class seat. The better status you got, the better chance you got to get in that seat as well. So in my world, I say, that's why I always say pick a partner and get as much status as you can. Status matters. Michael had to jump, but before he left, he said, be the king, queen in the sky. So that means that, yeah, he's going to try to fly front of us as much as he possibly can. Filmo agrees. Give me the business class in the suite. I'm handsome. I need to feel special. You are special, Filmo. All right. We got another question from Steve in here today. Very active, Steve, and we 100% appreciate that. So he's asking all of us. We'll go around the room again. I'll start off with you, Key. May we hear about your point redemption victories?
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to start by saying I don't like CPP, cent per point valuations. I like what's comfortable for Key, whatever that means. So, yes, I've traveled in like $8,000 seats and paid $5.60. Don't want to do the math. Don't care. I was comfortable. Yes, I had all the champagne. And likewise with hotels, I'm really big on finding hotel mistake fares as well. So I'll take a suite for $40. And again, that suite's normally not going for that. So CPP doesn't matter. Credit card rewards nights, like the only like math that I do, whatever the annual fee is, as long as I'm using my free night at a value greater than the annual fee, that's a W, big W. So I hate CPP, and I think it's just super flex, and I'm not like that. So I'm passing. Thank you, Lonnie.
No, appreciate it. And we got another CallMeLani channel member in the building that has recently joined. So we're just going to keep stacking them in, y'all, until we run out of time. I'm literally just waiting for my son to wake up. That's when the timer runs out. But John is in the building. What's going on, John?
What's up, everybody?
Hey, John.
Man,
John,
I'm here with Sledge and Cesar, and just, man, I feel like a rock star now.
You are a rock star, John. I think you are one of the most avid supporters that we all could attest to. I think you're subscribed to everybody. I know you watch everyone's video, and I'm going to speak for everyone for the first time. We all appreciate it, John. So don't get that twisted and don't take that for granted ever. But you got to get initiated real quick, and you got to answer Steve's question. What is your point redemption victory?
So To be honest, I haven't had any redemptions yet because I'm still such a baby in the game. However, well, I guess that actually changed, but I'm going to do a video on it. But basically, I'm doing I'm going back to, I guess, a spoiler alert for this video, but I'm going back to Iceland in October, and I'm doing a Delta One flight from JFK to Keflavik or Reykjavik Airport.
Nice.
On 50,000 Flying Blue points. So, and the seat itself was cash wise was about $2,700, something like that. So I haven't done the cent per point thing yet, but I figured that's a deal. I snagged it.
Yeah.
Without even doing the math, that sounds like a deal.
Yep.
Yeah, that amount of travel for that distance at 50K, you already got a deal.
It's kind of what I figured. So yeah. So yeah, it felt good doing my first redemption. That was my very first point redemption. And it was like, I was very careful. I was like going through, making sure I had everything right and all that. And I mean, Flying Blue makes it easy, so hooking in Delta with it, it was a lot easier than I anticipated it being. So it felt really good.
Yeah.
I guess that's my win. That's the only redemption I've done so far.
That's still a win. That's on the board. You're on the board. You're 1-0. Sledge, same question. Pass it to you next. Point redemption victory.
All right, I'm the same as Key. Like, I have never calculated cent per point ever. I get my value out of the experience that I'm having, the time that I've been in whatever city or town or country I'm in, and the time that I spend with my family and my friends. So when I book an experience, it's more about the experience. I don't take the time. Not to say that I'd never do it, but I just don't take the time to spend hours trying to get the best value and things like that. Now, I'm not going to spend a ridiculous amount of points to get somewhere that I know I can get to for lesser points, but I just don't take the time to, try to get to 14 cents per point and things like that. When I get to these places, I know I'm getting an upgrade. I know I'm getting the best experience possible out of it. So that is it for me. And another thing is, I got to dip out on y'all because I am at the house.
Appreciate you jumping in, Sledge.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Cesar, I'm going to pass the question to you next.
Well, I travel with four, like wife and two kids, so it's quite difficult to get business class flights for everyone. So, but there's a special occasion coming up this summer, so I was able to get like 5.65 cents per point on two business class flights to Spain using Iberia. So that's a win, but I think my biggest win is always getting at least a 0.9 to 1.1 cents per point redeeming for Hiltons. I stay a lot in Hiltons, and when I hear like the point valuation is 0.5 or 0.6, I never had that experience. I don't have to spend a lot of work to get at least 0.8, 0.9, or 1 cents per point, and you can get those points quite fast. So I think my biggest win is not the 5.65 redemption to Spain. It's more like consistently getting good value for all my points, like at least 2 cents for every MR point or chase point, and good value for my hotel points. So being consistent is my biggest win.
Darius, passing to you next.
Yep. So for me, sorry, Key, I'm a little bit of a numbers guy, but I'm not picky because, like I said, I was really more of a value traveler in the past. So for me, it's kind of just like what Sledge said, like, deal. Oh, it cut out.
Nope, you're back. You're back.
Okay. If it's a good deal, I'll take advantage of it. But that's all to say. Probably late this summer, so I'll also be going to Spain, Spain and Portugal, and I booked with Flying Blue, so 55,000 miles. So my wife and I, so like 110 together, And that was from JFK to Barcelona. And I mean, that was the end of August, so it was around, I don't know, 7K. So my cents per point was probably around 5.5, 5.6 ish after, including the taxes, which was like 200 a piece for each of us. Yeah, I mean, I was happy to get that. I was fortunate, I had to move my trip back. So I happened to look and I was like, oh, it's perfect timing, I saw the value. I was like, boom, let me lock it in. And, again, like I said, I mean, when I go there in Barcelona, I booked for Hyatt. In Portugal, I booked the boutique through Venture X, using the $300 travel credit. And then in Portugal, I'm probably going to spend some cash. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Yep. Matt?
So, still new to the whole redeeming game, but 2 months ago now, I took a trip to Detroit with my small family. We got to stay at, we didn't stay at a really nice Hyatt, but we did stay at a Hyatt for basically a week for free for 20,000 Hyatt points, which is, Hyatt points are a bit of can be sticky for some. Sorry, Cesar. But sticking with Hyatt for the creator meetup, my girlfriend and I will be staying at the Eliza Jane Hotel in New Orleans on points for 61,000 points for the weekend. And we got a nice suite.
Nice.
I guess I'm last now. I gotta resonate with Key and Sledge. So I never really cared about cent per point. I always cared about getting from point A to point B, and did it make sense? To the way that Sledge had said it himself, if I know I can get from point A to point B for 100,000 miles, I'm just throwing a number out there, of course. But then at a certain time, I'll see that exact same thing at a different time of year or something like that for 500,000 miles. I wouldn't do that because it's I know I can get a better deal, but I'm not actually calculating the cent per point. I'm looking at it from a financial perspective of that would be overpaying or overvaluing my redemption or whatnot. I actually didn't even consider, I knew about cent per point, and sometimes I would do the calculations just to see am I getting a good deal or not? But it never would actually stop me if I was I'm only getting 1.2. I got 0.9. I never really cared. But I never really looked at it on a flight to flight, hotel to hotel basis until I became a creator, because so many viewers actually ask about that type of stuff. Hey, what did you get? What was the redemption value? Did you overpay? Did you underpay, et cetera, or whatnot? And so I would say that probably the most recent one, I did a live on this 2 weeks ago. I just booked a cruise for my family, fully on United Miles, by the way. And that came out for all three of us at a total value of just over 2, 2.3 or something like that. We have to go back and check the live or whatnot, but I would probably, that's the one that's on top of mind. Sometimes I can say, especially like I said, if I use Chase points to buy a flight, you can get a little bit better, but that's a little askew. And the reason why is because Chase Travel Portal, I'll get 1.5 in my Sapphire Reserve. But then if the airline changed the value of that ticket, did that actually change my cent per point value? So that one's a little so I'm not going to use that, but at least the cruise one is finite. So that's how I'll answer that. So that's my most recent victory. I can't tell you about every trip that I take or whatnot, but that's my most recent victory. And that's also how I look at it, the same way that Key and Sledge do it. While we're all having that conversation, Filmo, to our previous question, also said, mom and dad sit in the front, and the kids sit in the back, but the kids are in their 20s, which makes 100% total sense. When my son's old enough, he'll be sitting in the back or contributing.
To 18 years is going to the back.
Lonnie, you made a good point a little bit ago about because I was thinking from the standpoint of being a very much a newbie. I will be, definitely calculating in my head just so I know, what kind of deals I got. But you made a great point that I think that for people like yourself and for Cesar and Key, because it kind of sounds like Darius and Matt are a little bit more seasoned than me, but it seems like it makes sense that after a while, like if you've done it so many times, it's like repetition, right? Like you've done it enough times, you know what's a good deal, what's not a good deal.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, it's no different than buying a cheeseburger. You're like, man, I'm not paying $8 for a cheeseburger for that burger.
Yeah.
Because you bought so many cheeseburgers, you knows what an $8 cheeseburger should cost. You know, I say it every time I'm in the airport. Like, I ain't paying $9 for that same Burger King cheeseburger that I know outside of the airport costs $2.
go into the lounge.
Yeah. We don't got any other questions in here. So what else y'all got? Go around the room. I'll go backwards this time. Matt, I'll start with you first. You got anything before we cut out? Because we're at an hour 15, so we're probably gonna have to cut out soon.
Let's see. Definitely, if you're into the cashback side of things, definitely give Robinhood Gold a big look. Big stacking opportunities there. Shopping portals wise, always look for the best deal. Try not to look for the best deal, but don't kill yourself looking for the best deal. I'll say that. And yeah, those are the big ones. Oh, and if you're a Wells Fargo customer, check to put together your transfer portals.
Actually, Matt, you actually had one more thing on the way out. So not only your last final comment, but also without spoiler alerts, without giving anything away, any videos that you're currently working on. This is going to go for everyone. So start thinking of what you're working on.
I'm going to be doing a screen recording on your Wells Fargo transfer partners and my thoughts on how I'm approaching Q2.
Nice.
Cesar, final comments and anything that you're working on without spoiler alerts.
What's in my wallet in Spanish, like Spanish content creator. So yeah, I'm a little late. So you know what's in my wallet always work, gets a couple of views, 30 subscribers. So and it's that time. Every 3 months is that time. So basically that, working on that, finished recording today, more live and just having fun here on YouTube. Happy to be here and keep up the good work, guys. You all can make it. Trust me.
Appreciate that. Key, passing it to you next.
Yeah, just thank you for inviting me onto the live. This is awesome. This is my first one ever, and recently just starting my channel. So this is, learning all this stuff from you guys. So keep up the good work. As far as videos I have coming up, I spent the day in the lounges at IAD Airport. So you'll follow my journey as I went to the Sapphire Lounge that opened a couple weeks ago, as well as the Capital One Lounge that's there, and just my thoughts, right? So be on the lookout for that.
I'm chuckling because I connected through IAD when I came back into the US from Spain in February, a couple of months ago. And we were joking about this earlier, so everyone to hear some background context. But the Sapphire Lounge was in a different terminal, and I did not make that walk. I'm not doing it, Key. I'm not going to do it. I'm not making that walk. If it's outside the terminal, I'm not doing it. Just not. I'm sorry. I'm just, you're not going to sway my decision. I don't care. I'm not making it. So I didn't get to see that Sapphire Lounge because I felt it was too far away.
All
anyway.
Right. You will through my video. That's all I'll say.
I will live vicariously through your video. That is correct. John, last comments, and what are you working on? No spoilers, though, please.
Lonnie's not getting his steps in at the airport, it looks like. So just I've got quite a few videos coming up, but I think that the next one I'm working on that's actually really good timing is probably going to be my breakdown of my booking of my trip to Iceland and all the different things. There's different pieces to it, and just talking about each piece and why I did it that way. So, and that's about it. I mean, other than, thank you for having me on here. This is super awesome. Like I'm probably the newest creator here, just starting back during the holidays, but I just try to keep learning and being better every time. So, but I appreciate you having me on, Lonnie. Thank you.
Absolutely. But you don't got to thank me for normal stuff, man. Anytime. Darius, same questions. Off to you.
Yeah. Again, thanks for having me on. Also, my first time doing live. As far as it goes for any extra comments, I'd probably say it's important because since we spoke about CPP, I would say don't let your point retention kind of determine where you want to stay if that's not where you want to stay. Whether that's, there's a killer deal on Hyatt, I can get 2 cents per point, but I'm 25 minutes outside the city. Like if that's the case, it's not worth giving up, just settling for having that experience of actually being in the city, of course, assuming that you can pay the cash and it's affordable for you, then, take advantage of that and use those points for another time. Aside from that, I'd say I do have a video coming up on a travel card. I don't want to say it because it'll just be obvious, but I do want to do
no spoilers.
What's in my wallet. Yeah, I do want to do a what's in my wallet video. Like Cesar had mentioned, I haven't done one yet, so I think it'll be cool since I don't think anybody really knows everything I have right now, or what I'm working on. So.
Yeah, I have actually done a recorded what's in my wallet. I did a live one, but
yeah,
you might inspire me on that. But no, I also
always
agree.
work. It always worked.
Yeah,
it keeps people entertained because they're watching you taking the cards out of the wallet and you explain why you use them. I like seeing them. Like if you do that, something like that, I will watch it till the end because at least for me, it's interesting. But I find that the videos with my most retention are those ones. Like I take the card out of the wallet, explain why I use it, what I change it for, and it works.
I love those videos. I like hearing what everybody's doing and why, because it's because number one, it could teach me something I'm not aware of. It's something that I may not have thought about, because maybe Lonnie's carrying a card in his wallet for this quarter for a specific reason, and I'm also thinking about that same thing, but I wasn't thinking about the card he was using and why. And I have the same card, and it might be like, oh crap, I didn't realize that.
Yep. Nope, I totally agree with that. For me, I think my final comment is going to also resonate back to a previous comment and what Darius said as well of, I am on team take the trip. So don't worry about the cent per point. Worry about the value, but don't worry about the cent per point value if that's going to prevent you from taking the trip. If you want to go to France, then go to France. Figure out how to get there. Everyone in this live right now, go watch their channel, subscribe to them, pay attention to the words that they say. We'll get you to France, hypothetically, wherever it is your plan B or your point B destination is. And so, we might have a toddler running in here in a second. But so that will be my final take. And the only reason why I asked, what are you guys working on? Because I'm actually excited for this. I've been working on it for a while. Hopefully I don't bump my mic. But for many of you who know that I hit Built Platinum in 2023, it has finally showed up. Whatever this platinum gift is, I have not opened the box yet. I am literally saving it for an unboxing video. So we're all going to find out together. I have no idea what's in here. It's something from the collection. That's all they told me. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. And so, of course, if you want to see how or what Built may send a platinum member once you hit platinum status, and if that's worth it for you to try to hit that platinum status, hit the subscribe button, not on just on my channel, but the other 5 people in here. They all are very talented, very informative individuals with a wealth of knowledge and experience in travel. We've all been traveling longer than we've been YouTube creators. So we got enough to share, and we got something that, of course, you can find beneficial. So please do that. Go subscribe to every single one of these channels. And of course, before we hop out, please hit that like button. And I appreciate every single one of y'all. And then, of course, every single person that has joined us today. So with that, I'm going to end this We went almost a full hour and a half almost. Wow. This is one of the funnest lives I've ever done. We got to do this more often, just raw and unscripted.
Yeah.
And whoever joins.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Great job, Lonnie. Great job.
Great. Thank you.
Take care, buddy.
See you guys.
Bye.
See y'all.